Hello everyone, dear friends. Today we have a bit of an unusual video, not half of it. I'm currently heading to the store. I wouldn't say it's local. That is, there is a town nearby where the population is about thousands. Well, about 8,000 probably of population. And there are a lot of stores and we're on our way there. I wanted to show you one of them to give you an idea of what stores are like in such places. The store we're heading to. It's one of the biggest, you could say it's a kind of convenience store format, but a little bit bigger. And such stores are in principle located throughout Belarus, that is of this format and specifically of this brand. Well, and of that size, so in towns where the population is around 5,000-10,000 people, these kinds of stores are definitely present, not counting various small shops. So let's go, I'll show you what the selection is like there. I think it will be, I'm curious, I'll show you the prices that are currently in Belarus. I don't think it's a secret that many sanctions have been imposed on Belarus. Let's see if there are any brands there, that is products, Western, let's say, origin. I'll tell you right away, they are there. So we're making this video while we're on our way to the store, recording the drive there. Right now we're driving through the village where I live. We'll get onto the highway and then drive through some other villages and a small town. Take a look at how everything looks there. And basically we're heading to the store. The second part of the video will be about how I work. That is, the video is divided into two parts. Here we have these houses. This is the old street of our village. Who doesn't know? And for the first time on the channel, you can subscribe to my channel to take a look. I'm showing how I work in Belarus, how much I earn. Well, basically we're showing our life, how we renovate, build the house and everything else. Right now we're driving down the old street of our village. Of course, it's not very convenient to film by hand. Sometimes I should probably put the phone away, turn it off, because I'm filming on my phone and I'm holding the phone in my hands, which isn't very convenient. Actually, I hope the quality is good for you and everything is clearly visible. These are our roads. Well, the roads are more or less okay. There are, of course, some potholes like everywhere else, but overall it's fine. We have a sign here that says enter the road. We're entering and driving. Here the houses are a bit newer, but this is still the old part of the village and the house is not exactly new, let's put it that way. Here we have a local hardware store. Basically they have everything there, all the bolts, nails, all that stuff you can buy there, and they can bring in anything else by order, even equipment. Here we have this exit and we need to cross to the other side. Since there's no one around, let's quickly get this done because it's not very convenient here. Across two lanes to the neighboring one, and that's it. So here we have the construction of a bridge. Here a bridge is being built. There are two bridges, meaning in two directions, but right now only one is open because, well, the second one is being repaired. Here I'll be filming everything in a row. I hope you are interested. If you are not interested in these rides, you can simply skip straight to the prices. How much I cost. So I turned off the camera because there was a speed camera there and I almost got caught by it. In general, I will buying what we don't have at home right now, just some groceries, but I'll show you the prices for other products. All in all, so I think it will be interesting. We have such a road here. We're going uphill right now. Right now you can see a gas station. Here's our gas station. and I'll show you the prices there. I don't know if you can see it, but our fuel isn't too expensive here. So we need to turn left here. Now we're turning on the turn signal and we're going to make a turn. The weather today, by the way, is quite nice and beautiful right now. We're going to drive through the village. We could have gone straight, which would have taken us through one city. We're going to take a different route. Probably a simpler one, meaning we don't really need to go through the city. So here are the prices at the gas station. Diesel costs 2 rubles and 44 kopecks, and gasoline is 2 rubles, I think. We'll get it a bit cheaper. In Belarus, by the way, cars are mostly diesel. There are a lot of petrol ones, which are Chinese, let's say new. European ones, they are almost all diesel. Here, because the savings are on the right. As you can see, I am showing you here. The private development is new. Here is a young, fairly large village, and there are a lot of houses. Here now they are closed, as you can see. But here you can see that there are a lot of really nice modern houses over there. Here's the road. Basically, as we can see, it's like dumplings. Here's a meadow. On the right and on the left, everything is sown. What else can I say? I'll show you another part of the village from here. There are some pretty nice houses there. Everything looks really nice. Now there will be the next village in principle, but this is already Muscovite here, in principle. In the private development, there's a large number of houses. So there are a lot of houses here. Now I'll show you what the houses look like over there. There are some older houses here, and some newer ones. If you look over to this side, it's all quite nice actually, if anyone's interested, by the way. I can do reviews, ride here, walk around, take pictures of you, how Belarus is, everything is happening. I'll say that it's clean here. As you can see, there's no mud at all, and nobody really throws trash around. Yeah, there are people who litter, but overall it's not really accepted to do that in Belarus. No one throws trash around. Well, these are the kinds of houses. I hope you can see them. I'm just taking my hands off the camera right now because the car isn't very comfortable, but I think the picture is clear. Approximately. Okay, I turned it off a bit. The heating in the car, because it's a bit warm and it's probably noisy for you. Here are the kinds of houses. So we need to turn right here. Let me show you what we have. We'll take some shots with them, so it's easier to see. Such houses. It's currently winter. Everything is still quite enough. It looks normal in the summer, of course, much more beautiful. Yes, everything is green. Our road here is pretty, but on the right and left we have in fact canvases. We are driving through a swamp on the left. There is a big lake. I don't know if it will be visible or not. It's really great. If you look, well, yes, you can see it a little on the phone, but you can't see it very well. It's shining through the trees. There's a big lake over there. Since we just bought the house here recently, I haven't fished there even once. But if I go fishing there, then it's a must. I'll record a video about this. I think it will also be interesting. By the way, I don't know how it is in which country, because my videos are watched from different countries all over the world. But in Belarus you can fish in any place. You just can't where there are power plants. Well, because it's dangerous to life there. In all other places you can generally fish. No one prohibits anything, even fish. Basically, you can take all of it. As far as I know, there are certain types of fish that you can't take. But you can take all the other fish. you just can't fish during the spawning season. We've moved a bit away. Here we have the railway. By the way, this railway leads us to the power plant. We have a thermal power plant here. Now we're approaching Cade. I often stop by the hardware store in the town, you know, for building materials. If anyone is interested, I can also film some of the big stores we visit while I'm driving around in Belarus. But to show what the prices are for building materials, like how much plywood or insulation costs, and all the other brands, they have all the brands. Well, in short, I think it would be quite interesting to film the building materials too. So, we've just arrived in the town. Let me do it this way so it's better visible. Here are some brand new houses. By the way, speaking of which, these houses are built here, even though the town is quite ordinary. But these houses look pretty nice. It looks quite nice. But in Belarus, everything is quite well kept, even in small towns. Here we have... It's a sports area. I don't know if you can see it or not. There are various exercise machines, everything is there. Here's a hardware store. But we need a grocery store. Here's a little coin. We see this is also a cheap grocery store. We've all arrived. We need to go. We're going into this Euro store now. Don't know whether I managed to film something or not. I will try, because it is not entirely comfortable to film in front of people. I recently started this channel, so I'm not quite used to it yet. But in any case, I'll show the prices with a receipt, at least some of them. With at least some kind of receipt, maybe? I'll try to film something, even if it's just their website. And then, even if I don't comment in the store, I'll comment on the recording. On top. Voice, let's overlay everything. So here we see baby diapers. As you can see, there are Huggies, Yamika, and Mise, along with other popular brands. We also have baby formula here, and there's a mixture. There are blocked products with various prices. Depend on brand and other factors. Overall, it's simple. Divide the price by 3 and 5. So right now, the exchange rate is 3 and 5 Belarusian rubles for $1, and all the prices you see, you can divide by 3 and 5 to understand. For example, here are the baby products. The formulas are priced there. And there are packs for $2 and packs for $10. Next, we see the sushi section with toilet paper, and then the grocery section. We have cheese and sauce and so on. Here is the section with sausages and the price tags. As I mentioned before, you can take a look. I'll zoom in a bit. Here we have a small fruit section. Here's another one with fruits. There is a section. And there are also sections, of course, with alcohol. Sections with various chips. Bread. And everything else. There's a lot of stuff. So all the essentials are there, like tea, coffee, and so on. If I repeat myself, if anyone is interested in more details, I can specifically make a video about that. There were just so many people there that day, and I only captured a few moments. Well, friends, while I was walking around, it got a bit dark here, and it started to snow. Thank you. As expected, there were a lot of people in the store because it was Saturday, but I still managed to capture some moments myself. Here, I'll show you. I spent a total of 168 Belarusian rubles, approximately, in short, $50 if you convert it to dollars. I'll show you what I bought a little later. The only thing I forgot is this. Man take away, I never take them. And this time, well, I just forgot. But in any case, this is a trial video. We'll see if you like these kinds of reviews or not. If you like it, then I just won't be in it. On weekends, and in the evening when the store is empty, or maybe during the day on a weekday when there's no one around, we can film calmly I'll show you the price tags and tell you how things are here. So basically we're leaving. We still need to go to the local store, stop in the village, buy some things. What? Because there wasn't exactly what we needed here. There were similar products there, but not the same. So now we're heading out. By the way, I'll show you a little bit about how things are going here with the new houses. Now let's walk a bit further. Here we have the police standing on the new Chinese geely cars. They built these new and modern houses here. It's really quite nice in my honest opinion. However, the area is still not yet completely developed at this point in time. So this is basically the end of the city. Back. Now we're going to take a different street, not the one we came on, to show you other places. So here it is. It's a little town in Belarus. They're all pretty much of this type. Basically, it's fine like when you get here. So, a little to the right, we live near a mini market there. Nothing special, basically just ordinary. Just regular kiosks, grocery, and food. Last time we arrived, we went directly straight as usual, but now we're going to turn left. We'll take a different route. Here you can also see the playgrounds and the school. Also, here we have garages, the most ordinary ones. On the right here, by the way, there's a veterinary clinic. So there's a vet clinic there with us. There are these little cars. It wasn't visible, but there was the very latest BMW X6 there. It probably costs more than $100,000, at least in Belarus. So, it varies. Everyone lives differently. Well, I guess that's it. We're heading out now. We've also driven through the outskirts. I'm saying it's a small town with a population of about 10,000. And there are also private homes here, by the way. But generally, that's the case in Belarus. In towns like these where there are 10,000, 15,000 people, there is a lot of private sector. Well, private sector. These are just regular houses for us. In larger cities, there are already multi-story buildings mostly, but they are not quite, I would say, beautiful, especially that ones. The old ones are still from the Soviet era, and the new ones are more or less like what I showed you a little earlier. Here are the new houses they're building. They look quite nice, very European, let's say. The old Soviet buildings aren't very beautiful, but they're really sturdy. Windows. Now we're turning right here. BMW to the left, us to the right. To the left, there is also a town there, but the town there is larger than ours. So right now we're just going to drive a little through the forest and then we'll come out in another town. The population there is also small, around 3,000 to 4,000. If this one has 10,000, then that one has even less. So this is the kind of road we have here, and these are the I hope it's visible well. I'm trying to shoot in the best quality, but and as for the lighting right now, the scenery. A dog was running somewhere. Here are the garages again. Just the most ordinary old unattractive garages, and these houses aren't very pretty either, and their layout is pretty mediocre. They're old, Soviet style. They're a bit restored, but still, They don't look very nice to me. They're just okay. They're a bit restored, but still, they don't look very nice to me. Driving next. Again, there are a lot of old high-rise buildings, but it looks better than those. Here, Service Center for Maintenance. Here is the private sector. As we can see, these are the kind of houses I showed from the other side when we were driving. This is basically the same sector. We're just on the other side now. Well, I didn't show these specific houses, but this sector on the left side is basically the same as the video. This is also the private sector. But here are new houses, so it looks pretty good. Plus, the war, the trees, everything looks quite beautiful, in my opinion. We're still driving. How are we going to the village? I'll turn on the camera. By the way, I wanted to show you this bridge of ours with really bad asphalt. They should really fix it here. It should be redone here already, but I just wanted to show you. They should really fix it, but I just wanted to show you. Look, over there. It's quite pretty. And over there, there's also a highway there, so it looks pretty cool. And this is it already. Over there is the village where we specifically live, but everything is close, just 5 minutes to anywhere. Here's a speed camera for speed. When we were driving here, she was also standing. Then I also turned off the camera because I forgot that she was standing so that she wouldn't trip me and I wouldn't get a fine. This is the kind of movement we have. Although it's Saturday, it would seem, and no one should be there. But the movement is in full swing. By the way, if you look at the cars, then in principle, Belarus has a lot of cars from the USA and Europe. But now, of course, Chinese cars have started to appear a lot, too. But there are still more from the USA and Europe. So, now we're going to stop by our local store, which is located in the village. Now I'll show you around the village a bit more. I'll say it again about the houses we have, and then we'll head home. Like this. Here's the village with these old houses, but this is the main old part of the village where most of the houses are. In this condition, not all of them are good. There are some normal, neat little houses, and then there are some that are already kind of ruined, but they vary quite a bit, and the prices for them accordingly vary. On average, here the houses or plots of land start from $15,000 to $20,000 and go up to $200,000 to $300,000 with a ready-made house if it's modern. House here. These are roughly the prices here in Belarus. Actually, they're not that small. That's it, friends. Now I'm going to sign off, and when we head back, I'll show you one more place. And that's it. Okay, that's it friends. We went to our local store and now we are just already going home. Now I will show you a few more things on the way. But in our village we have such buildings. Even for the little house there are old ones. Now I'll show you what's interesting around here. Maybe it will be interesting like this. On the way, and we're heading first. This is our processing plant. The oil, well, it's more like a small factory and it's located here. Let's get a closer shot of it like this. Yes, they make here motor oils for tractors, all kinds of lubricants. So there's this small enterprise in the village, and the second thing is this. This is a storage base for storing various products, like these big ones. Well, and of course there are various farms. There is a stable. There is here. There are different restaurants, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 17, 18, 19. There's a small lake here. People often come here to fish. I also went a couple of times, didn't catch anything, but I personally launched it here from my lake when we bought a house, and we had fruit trees on the property, and there were small crucians there. We released about 2,000 of them into that lake I just showed. Well, this year, when we do it, we'll probably release some white aimer and silver carp, that kind of fish. So friends, we've already left our village again. We've arrived on the other side. As we can see, the houses here are newer. This is basically where we live. I'm filming you from the road, a bit to the other side. Here, there are already some houses. Some are old, but overall, this is the newer part. Now we're going to drive in. Here's an example. This little house is already 2 stories big, meaning it has good lighting. It's a nice house, and it would cost that much with the plot, considering the pines and everything else. Well, that's fine, and $200. Here's a little house too, not bad. It's being built. There's the house. The houses there are also pretty nice, and here they're digging these up. I told you that we will have fiber optics, and we will finally have a lead, because I don't know if they'll come to us specifically, but we're really looking forward to having good, fast internet, something decent, because I set it up through mobile, but with a booster. There are such little houses here, and further down the street, there are nice houses too. We're turning. On our street, as we can see, it ends at Val, because this is the newest street, the very last one to be built. There's a whole bunch over there. Well, all the houses are new, they're all practically unfinished, they're still being built. And over there is our house, the one we live in. I'm filming it. The grey house is 2 stories. This is the house we bought. This is my second car. So that's why we're turning there. Well, that's it friends. Further, I won't take it off. Everyone, thank you for watching. Good luck to everyone, and for now, la 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 la.